This season, prepare for every season with the Allbirds Mizzle Collection. These shoes were made for adventures in rain, shine, mist, or snow. Go to allbirds.com and use code FRESHSOCKS for a free pair of socks with purchase.
Pro football player Travis Kelce is pressed for time during the football season. So he does two things at once. Whether it's grilling while mowing.
Two things at once!
Or getting this season's updated COVID-19 shot at the same visit as his flu shot.
Two things at once.
You can be like Travis and ask your pharmacist about getting this season's COVID-19 shot at the same visit as your flu shot, if you're due for both, as recommended by the CDC. Learn more and schedule at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Thanks for tuning into our podcast. We love having you here, and it's our mission to bring you all the latest and greatest tips, skills, and know-how to make you the best that you can be. We know that you have it in you, and we're going to show you how. Now, let's get started.
This episode is powered by Poddex.
Thank you for tuning in today. You are now listening to That Will Never Work podcast with your host, Maurice Chisholm.
Hello, everyone. Thank you very much for tuning in today. I am gratefully and appreciative. I am ecstatic. I am happy. As I said last week, I am happy to be back, to be honest. When you enjoy doing something, enlightening people, also allowing people to come into your world, it's always a privilege just to be able to share. And so as we are moving forward in this season, one of the things that I was trying to express to you about taking time off, learning about yourself, taking a break, trying to regroup and refocus. And then I had talked to y'all about acknowledgement and going back to how it feels to be acknowledged by someone. If you know that there was almost a little bit of a theme of education, of school, or how things might have started, things like that, well, I would like for y'all to know that I have personally gone back to school. During my time off, I had decided that, really during the spring, as I was interviewing individuals and talking to other contemporaries, I had decided at that time that maybe it was a good thing for me to finally go back to school and achieve some goals that I had set out for myself, and I felt like I had never had the time to do. For those of you who know, I have my associate's degree, but I have quite a few certificates, workshops I've attended, seminars, things like that I rely on for my educational purposes, along with life experiences that has gotten me through to this point. Also, I'm not afraid to do research and to understand where I'm going, what I'm doing, talking to other individuals to formulate an opinion, a method of work, or even setting a standard for to move forward, to advance. And so I was talking to someone the other day about what I have done over my work career that helps me where I am today. And we'll talk about that over the next couple episodes also. We just want you to know, I just want you to know today that whatever your goals are, whatever your dreams are, no matter how long it takes for you to get to that point of achieving that, it is never too late. The only point where you can say it is late is when you are laid to rest. At this point in time, I want you to say to yourself, I can do it regardless of the situation. I can make it no matter the circumstance. I need to be the best version of myself. with me going back to school, I've already taken a class. And we'll talk about what school I'm attending and my major, things like that. But it has shown that I can do it. Like I was a little nervous, to be honest, being one of the elder statesmen in my first class, and even in my other classes afterwards, currently enrolled in. I am still one of the elder statesmen, and it feels funny. And I remember going back to school a couple years ago where I wasn't the eldest, but I was middle of the road. But now I'm the eldest, so it is really, really special. And to see the excitement that some of these young people have, see the eagerness to learn, or their willingness to take criticism and things like that, it helps to re-energize my goals. And there are some other points that I have realized that I'm missing, or I have become so relaxed in moving my own goals and dreams along. So I would like for you to be encouraged to go back, look at your old books and pamphlets, or listen to your notes that you might have put on your phone. Whatever it is, I would like for you to be encouraged to go back and look at all the information you've ever dropped down, wherever it might be, and say, you know what, these were my goals back in 2015. These were my goals in 2017. These were the ones in 2020. And what have I accomplished? What haven't I accomplished? What might have gotten in the way that's no longer there now? Some of us have had to stop things because of health. Trust me, I understand. I left corporate America because of my health. And for a good 2-year period, it felt like things were in flux. There was a big transition. And that's when I had started going back to school seriously. I had started going back to school before that, but I wasn't as serious about it. I felt like the job I had in my corporate America position was good at that time. It was paying the bills. It was the most money I had made in a position. I was able to afford some things, and the wife going to work, and we were living pretty well. And then I had gotten sick, and what you don't know is how much stress can play a part in you not reaching your real desired goal. Because as I've been talking to you before about the golden handcuffs, you look at those positions of, hey, this particular job offers me this salary. It offers me these benefits. I'm living pretty decently. And ultimately, it does not allow me to fulfill what my goals and dreams might have been when I was 10, 12, 15 years old. We've become settled. So are you ready to make that change? Are you ready to step out on faith? Are you ready to say, you know what? It is my time. I had decided to go back to school because I was looking at how the business atmosphere has been shifting. Things that I might have been doing 5 years ago are not as prevalent as they are now. And because there are individuals that feel as though they can do it themselves, some things that I was doing within my company, people are not asking for anymore. So what needs to happen in order for me to shift with the atmosphere that's going on? One of the things that helps is this podcasting, right? People are getting into podcasting. If you get in now, it's still kind of relatively early in this field. So even though it seems like there's a lot of people, but the reality is, as I was looking at some of the statistics, there's millions of shows out there, but maybe even a quarter of it, maybe even less than that, an eighth of it, have more than one show a week. That's sad. That shows how the commitment is for this type of exercise, if you will. So, just because it looks like it's overcrowded doesn't have to be, because everyone is not committed to the process. So what stops your commitment to achieve what you really wanted? Some of my hindrances were family, other situations, personal, situations that had stopped my commitment to going back to school, finishing, getting my bachelor's degree. And now I'm back on the saddle, attempting to get to that point. And that is my ultimate goal. So I hope that you are encouraged today to get back on that horse, read your notes, see what your comments, you've had over the years, what you've put on your whiteboard, your blackboard, your book, your notes, your iPad, whatever it might be. Look back at it, reflect on it, set a goal. If you need something help, of course, you can purchase my book, Well, Why Not, right on Amazon today. You could take a look. You could do a search for Chisholm Media Group. As soon as you do that, you'll see my book and you'll see the other articles of clothing. You could buy your That Will Never Work t-shirt on Amazon also. Thank you very much for listening today. Hopefully you are encouraged to get it done.
Loved what you've heard on this week's episode? Well, the answer is simple. It would mean the world to us if you could head over to iTunes and leave us a 5-star review and feedback. Spreading the word really is the best way to grow our podcast and achieve even greater things. Thank you.
My brother-in-law died suddenly, and now my sister and her kids have to sell their home. That's why I told my husband we could not put off getting life insurance any longer. An agent offered us a 10-year, $500,000 policy for nearly $50 a month. Then we called SelectQuote. SelectQuote found us identical coverage for only $19 a month, a savings of $369 a year.
Whether you need a $500,000 policy or a $5 million policy, SelectQuote could save you more than 50% on term life insurance.
For your free quote, go to SelectQuote.com. SelectQuote.com. That's SelectQuote.com.
SelectQuote. We shop. You save. Full details on example policies at SelectQuote.com/commercials.
Lucky Land Casino, asking people, what's the weirdest place you've gotten lucky?
Lucky? In line at the deli, I guess?
Aha, in my dentist's office. More than once, actually.
Do I have to say?
Yes, you do.
In the car before my kids' PTA meeting.
Really?
Yes.
Excuse me, what's the weirdest place you've gotten lucky?
I never win and tell.
Well, there you have it. You can get lucky anywhere, playing at LuckyLandSlots.com. Play for free right now. Are you feeling lucky? No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+. Terms and conditions apply. See website for details.